Bootstrap styling can be applied to several different types of form elements, including inputs, text areas, checkboxes, radio buttons, and select menus. Bootstrap also supports all HTML5 input types such as text, password, email, number, time, week, and so on. An important consideration is that inputs will not be styled if their type is not properly declared. On this HTML page, we have a number of different types of form elements. We covered the input field elements in the last lesson, so we'll take a look at the text area to begin with. To create a text area, create a div and set the class to form group. Create a label for your text area and remember to apply the for attribute and set it to comment. The text area is created using the text area tags. Set a class inside the text area element and set it to form control. You can specify the length of your text area by creating a rows attribute and setting a value. In this case, our text area is 5 rows in length. If we set it to 10, you can see that the text area will become larger. The next element we have here is a checkbox. To create a checkbox, start with a div and set the class to checkbox. Create a label element and put your input inside the label tags. And we have two checkboxes here, option 1 and option 2. To create a radio button, start with a div and set the class to radio. And it's more or less the same as the checkbox. You can create a label and insert your input element right into the label. And keep in mind that the difference between a checkbox and a radio button is with radio buttons, you typically only want the user to be able to select one option. And for that reason, the name attribute is very important. When you give two radio buttons the same name, the user can only select one option. Our next element here is the select menu. And to make one, first create a div, set the class to form group. Next, create a label for the select list. Insert your select tags and set the class to form control. Create each option using the option tags. So here we have 4 options, and it's just a numerical value, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were to change this to something else, you can see that the value changes in the menu. You can also create a select menu that allows multiple options to be selected. To do so, create a div and set the class to form group. Create a label for the menu. And create a select element and create a multiple attribute. So we have a select element created. Here's our multiple attribute. Also create a class attribute and set that to form control. And create your options the same way we did in the previous select menu. Here we have 5 options, and it's just the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the right hand side here, you can see we can select multiple options by holding the control key. Or if you want to select large groups of options, hold the shift key and we can select all of them at once.